Well, I started reading the National Catholic Reporter almost 50 years ago, and it's kind of been a staple in my family, partly thanks to my mother, who was also one of the original readers. NCR has been important to me in my life as a Catholic in the United States, partly because it covers material that you don't get in other parts of the Catholic press. For example, there was a recent article about the sanctuary movement in the United States and the role of women religious in that movement. And that article really struck home because one of my sisters, my sister Eileen, in the early 1980s was working for Catholic Charities in San Francisco and started the Central American Organizing Project, which included helping parishes discern whether or not to become sanctuaries for undocumented. The role of women religious was also highlighted in that article, and sisters, or nuns as we used to call them, have also been an important part of my life starting in grammar school. Interestingly, in terms of the sanctuary movement, the very first parish in San Francisco, St. Teresa's, to declare itself a sanctuary in 1984, had on its staff two presentation sisters, one of whom taught a number of members of my family, and her sister, who was also a presentation sister, taught me both in the second grade and fourth grade. So the fact that NCR has been a strong friend and advocate for women religious in the United States is also something that I've admired and treasured over the years. I think NCR continues to be a real important voice for and with those of us journeying in the Catholic tradition, especially here in the United States, but also in terms of its coverage worldwide. Having studied in Rome during the same years as the Second Vatican Council, whenever I see a column by Josh McElwee about what's going on with our dear Pope Francis and the challenges that he faces, the challenges that our church faces, I thank God there are stories like that in NCR, which help me realize that even in times of challenge and difficulty, the Holy Spirit is alive and well in our church.